So, Arsenal 2, Wolves 1.
Well, you were there, Clayton, so I think let's largely leave this to you, mate.
Yeah, it was good. It was really encouraging. I think I have heard that we haven't scored in the first... I'm an Arsenal fan, in case people didn't know. We haven't scored in the first 15 minutes in the Premier League this season.
Is that right?
Supposedly so. I need to check that. But
that doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right,
no.
But at the same time, I'm like, it could be right.
Keep talking. I'll look. See if I can work something out.
Yeah, we obviously went and scored 2 in the first 15 minutes against Wolves. And few things that I noticed differently this game. So offensively, I thought we were so much more fluid. Especially that first half was an absolute clinic. Like defensively and offensively, it was.
Sorry, you said clinic. I can only think of Suj. Sorry, boss.
Really, really impressive. Obviously we're on the back of a really impressive win against Lens 6-0 midweek in the Champions League, and just came into this, and I think that there's been certain games like Chelsea away, Brentford away, where I felt the technical level of the team started off poorly. Like you remember the Chelsea game, Rice gave away a pass, Zinchenko gave away a pass quite early. Excuse me. It didn't really get spoken about much, but I felt like Brentford was a similar theme, and this game, it was just the technical level was just top quality from the off. And I don't know if there's a statistic that backs this up, but on the eye, it felt like the tempo was quicker in the way we were moving the ball as well. It feels like a lot of this season has been, especially in the first phase, we'll kind of hold on to the ball, wait for the opposition to kind of make a move, similar to what Brighton do, but not as quick as them. Whereas against Wolves, the tempo just felt like it was 5-10% quicker. I also noticed that we didn't play through Rice in progression and build-up as much on Saturday, and Odegaard actually dropped to facilitate a lot more. And I think that's a big factor in why we looked more fluid going forward. It was really, really good. Saka got his goal. Obviously, it was a bit lucky the way he kind of went.
The 2 goals you scored were great.
Yeah, and Martin. This is what I wanted to ask you your opinion on Martinelli, because I've been quite consistent on. I don't think on the eye, Arsenal have looked great offensively this season. I think part of it is the way teams set up against us, and like statistically, we do face the deepest blocks in Europe. That has been out there as a metric over the last few weeks. But then part of it is, like I say, the tempo. I feel like we haven't really been moving the ball with that much purpose, aggression, as we did on Saturday. And what I wanted to ask you on Martinelli was obviously the last few weeks, it's been blanks. Had he scored, like I don't know if you've seen or aware, he hit the post on Saturday.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Had he scored, do you think the general conversation around him would still be the same?
No, for me, I always thought going into this week it would be a danger to play all the 3 games. Now, I know Lons, obviously, you had the game won by half-time and strolled through it. And actually, it looks like you probably strolled through this quite a bit, really.
Second half, we really took the foot.
And therefore, the intensity level means, like, could he play again at Luton on Tuesday night
That's
or
why
tomorrow
I didn't
night?
hesitate when you asked,
Yeah, fine. So that would be part of the concern. But for me, with Martinelli, it would be you can draw up all your near misses and XGs and whatever. He hasn't scored in a single Premier League game he started this season.
Yeah.
It's 10.
Yeah, and that's where I get it. But this is where I think timing is a thing. So, you'll know, I've been avoiding Arsenal attackers, right? I'm now thinking, okay, I'm not sure the fixtures are the right time to go in, but...
No, it's not.
I saw something different on Saturday in the way we were playing, and I feel very comfortable about us offensively now. And I know it's a small sample.
So you've just gone double defensive and now you want to get offensive players?
Well, yeah, but I was never going to go double offensive. It was just more... I was going along the lines of, do I triple up on the defence? Whereas now I'm like, no, I do want one of our attackers, because I feel very confident in what I've seen.
So Saka clear front runner for you?
Yeah, he's a clear front runner.
Would you...
And Odegaard's goal was obviously trademark, right? Lovely move around the left, cut the back.
Who are you captain this week?
I've got it on Salah at the minute.
Yeah, I think that's probably number 1 choice.
Yeah, and I don't know why I hesitated. I didn't really consider Haaland away to Villa.
We've got Lee Jackson and Johnny Pringle on COTC, and we'll have it out early for you tomorrow morning. I'm recording with the guys tonight. And as I said, I think because of them City absences, I wouldn't be surprised if Villa win. But at the same time, I'm also aware that could be really wrong. And with the way Villa play, like if City get the pass right, he's going to get away, the big man up front. And he's probably quite up for it. Because he's not happy yesterday.
No, that was mental.
By the way, he keeps reacting like that. He will soon get a reputation where people stop praising him and start disliking him. He's acting like a bit of a child yesterday, in my opinion. I understand his anger, but okay, mate. Yeah, I agree. Storming off the pitch like that is not good for your teammates, would be the number one thing for me. Anyway, back to Arsenal. I'm interested to know, are you intending to play Saliba and Gabriel in those, obviously this week, yes, in those 3 games coming up? Villa away, Brighton at home.
I'll be honest.
In every game, and Liverpool away.
I'll be honest, I don't know, and that's not a cop-out, just because I've not future-proofed my team to see what it actually looks like with all my options.
I recommend FPL team.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. But on the face of it, I think Villa away, Brighton at home,
Who's
Liverpool
your other defenders?
Away. I've got Matty Cash, who's a problem, Simicas, and Pedro Porro.
So Porro, you're playing in all of them, I think, at the moment.
Yeah.
Shimikas, certainly at least the next couple, I think.
Yeah, but this way I can't visualise what it looks like in each week at the minute. But I think out of those 3 games, there'll be a clean sheet in maybe one of them. So I am expecting us to concede in 2 of the 3, potentially all 3.
Yeah, I think when you go double defence like that, particularly when you're getting 2 players like Gabriel Saliba, don't get me wrong, they will chip in with the odd goal and the odd attacking return, but you're not getting those 2 players in specifically for offensive stuff. No. You probably need to be 1 and 2, really clean sheet wise. So listen, if they keep a clean sheet tomorrow night and then one of the next 3, okay.
Yeah. And that's what I think. Like, honestly, I know people say, "Oh yeah, it was another goal that we conceded at home," but if you watch the game, like, it was a very controlled performance, and the only chances Wolves got came from Zinchenko brain farts. So
was there a panic after Wolves scored? Because I know you nearly scored again. Then Ketcher hit the post himself, didn't he?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that was.
Was you ever concerned that an equaliser might come?
Of course I was concerned, but that's just like natural fan emotion sort of thing. But in my heart, I never felt like, we're going to go and mess this up now.
Tomiyasu went off with a knock. I'm going to guess White will probably come back in at Luton, will he?
Yeah, so my prediction pre-Tomiyasu potential injury was I thought Zinchenko would lose his spot against Luton and it would be White and Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
He'll fall back because of Luton's main threat being crosses and aerial threat. But the word, I don't know if you've seen, the word on the street is he came off with suspected calf fatigue, but he has gone for a scan today. So it could be out for a few weeks.
Oh, really?
But I think we'll get that news pre-deadline.
Do you think it's a long way away? But do you think the intention when you go to Liverpool would be to play Tomiyasu at left back?
100%, 110%. Okay. Especially because we did that last year at home.
Yeah, I mean, that's one, for those who are looking at, say, Zinchenko.
That's why I said, I don't know if you saw on Slack,
like,
I said
you're not probably wanting to play him at Liverpool, but it is during the blank you might need it.
Yeah.
It's probably a one-pointer either way.
This is what I've said. I've seen a few people asking about Arsenal defenders. I would just go for the centre-backs because we've only got, it was 3 natural fit full-backs. It's now potentially 2. So, there will be rotation. So,
what did you make of Wolves?
I actually thought before we scored they set up pretty well, and obviously they were without.
Were they an out-and-out back 3? Because they have been playing with Aït-Nouri in this kind of half wing back, half winger position where it moves in structure. They moved a lot in structure against Fulham. They didn't play that well, but I like some of the structural ideas.
So against us, it looked like more of a traditional back 3, and obviously Bueno came in at left wing back.
So it was more like a back 5, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and obviously they were without Lamina and Gomez in midfield. Yep. So you have to bear those things in mind. But I was impressed with how they structurally set up. I just think it was unfortunate for them on the day we happened to click more than we have so far this season in tight spaces. So.
Yeah, I think probably everyone leaves that quite happy because I think from a Wolves perspective, you're 2-0 down after, half hour or so. You're thinking, oh shit, our 2 best midfielders are missing as well. This could be a long day. And they've ended up staying in it right till the end.
I think this is where the scoreline flatters sometimes.
No, I get that, but they've stayed in it, right?
Yeah.
I like their next 2 fixtures.
Yeah.
I think there's a few who might have problems who will look. Cunha, you've looked at.
Yep.
Hwang is obviously doing pretty well. I think Bellegarde is a really cheeky enabler one to consider. I think defensively now, if you wanted to go in for the next couple, now that he's got over the suspension, it's probably Craig Dawson for the next couple.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't be keen on taking much of a chance on the others. Kilman doesn't offer much offensively. Toti Gomez could be under threat of his place, but again, doesn't offer as much offensively. Semedo should be fine and safe for the moment, but again, with the amount of fixtures, could they go, we'll play Doherty in a game over this period? Like, it's possible, isn't it? So, yeah, it might be one where there's a couple of enablers fits in. I don't hate that. The next 2 fixtures are good, but it's probably got the best of the next 2 game weeks, arguably.
That's why in hindsight.
With Burnley and Nottingham Forest at home. Ironically, Burnley now looking better, Nottingham Forest not so much, as we'll discuss next.
Yeah. Anything more to add on that before we move on?
Nope. That's me, Happy.
Nice one.